The United Nations Environment Programme has been working on the issue of short-lived climate pollutants for over 10 years, with researchers and institutes across the globe. The science has become ever more clear, the impacts have also become ever more clear, and indeed, the whole issue of short-lived climate pollutants is perhaps one of the most exciting and hottest topics in the whole area of climate change, public health and food security right now.
The World Health Organization recently estimated that around 1.2 million people die prematurely each year in the world because of exposure to outdoor air pollutants. And over and above that, about 2 million people die each year prematurely because of the exposure to air pollutants indoors. These are poor people living in developing countries, especially women who spend hours each day around smoky cook stoves fired by wood, dung, and other biomass materials, inhaling these particles and shortening their lifespans.
Often we have great interventions that have health effects, great interventions for environment, but cook stoves cut across all of these. So for a relatively simple intervention, a $20 to $40 cook stove can save the environment, can empower women, can add to families' incomes, and can also improve their health. With this year being the Sustainable Energy for All year and lack of energy access being a key barrier that is being addressed, cook stoves are a tangible, concrete intervention towards that effort. The time is now to act in ensuring adoption of clean cook stoves around the world.
Well, what we found through the scientific community is that a package of 16 measures, like improving brick kilns or replacing smoky cook stoves, biomass cook stoves, with more efficient models, would substantially reduce by 2030 both black carbon emissions and methane emissions, which are leading to ozone in the atmosphere. 40% of the methane could be reduced, and about 75% of the black carbon emissions could be reduced relative to a baseline in 2030. An exciting finding of the study was that about 50% of the emission reductions of both black carbon and methane could be achieved at low or no cost. So a lot of the solutions, of course, will come along with jobs for the technicians to improve the energy efficiency and produce the renewable energy that will reduce the methane emissions and reduce deforestation, which is caused by the fuel wood extraction needed for the cook stoves. And by implementing these measures, we've estimated that we could actually halve the tempo of global warming between now and around 2040. That we could avoid around 2.4 million premature deaths around 2030 due to air pollution exposure. That we could prevent crop damage from the buildup of ozone in the lower atmosphere at ground level. So very substantial and real benefits globally, regionally, and nationally.
There is now a coalition of 13 plus nations and partners who have now come together and decided, let's do it. Countries like Ghana, countries like the United States. Now Colombia has come on board, Nigeria, Norway, the World Bank, and of course UNEP is partner to all these with this new coalition. And now there is time to have a political response and genuine action on the ground to rid the world of these pollutants.